You know what's rarely said out loud? Some men don't want a partner. They want access with authority. And sometimes it doesn't even feel wrong at first because it comes wrapped in comfort. Bills are paid, needs are handled. Life looks easier, but slowly, very quietly, support starts turning into permission. And that's where everything changes. Now, let's dive into another real talk, only in this JM Roots and Real Talk. Stay put, my beloved subscribers and listeners. Now, let's make this clear. There is nothing wrong with a man providing. In fact, many Filipinos value that. It brings security, stability, and peace of mind. But here's where the line gets crossed. When provision is no longer given freely, but used strategically, when it becomes I take care of you so you don't question me. I support you so you don't challenge me. And I provide so you stay in your place. That's not leadership, that's leverage. At the beginning, it feels like love. He helps, he gives, he steps in. And for many Filipinas, especially those raised with strong family values, this creates something deeper than gratitude. It creates utang na loob, a silent emotional debt. And once that's triggered, you don't just feel thankful, you feel obligated. So when something feels off, you don't speak. And when something hurts, you adjust. When something crosses the line, you excuse it. Not because you're weak, but because you've been conditioned to honor what was given. And the question is why some men don't even realize they're doing it. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Not all control looks aggressive. Some of it looks like responsibility. Some men genuinely believe I'm doing everything right. I provide, I give, I show up. But what they don't see is this. If your giving comes with unspoken expectations, it's no longer generosity. It becomes a system. A system where you feel entitled to decisions. You expect compliance without discussion. You confuse silence with respect. And slowly, the relationship stops being equal. It becomes managed. And from the outside, everything looks okay. Nice home, bills paid, stable life. But internally, the woman starts disappearing. She becomes less expressive, less opinionated, less herself. Because every time she tries to stand firm, there's a quiet voice reminding her, look at everything he's done for you. So she shrinks, not loudly, not dramatically, but gradually, until one day she's present, but no longer free. And this is why some relationships feel calm but empty. You'll notice this pattern in many relationships. No big fights, no dramatic conflict, but also no depth, no real connection. Because one person is leading and the other is maintaining peace at the cost of truth. That's not harmony, that's quite imbalance. So Filipino culture makes this harder to see. Let's be honest about something cultural. Filipinos are raised to be respectful, be grateful, be understanding, as well as be patient. Those are beautiful traits. We can admit that. But in the wrong dynamic, they become entry points for control because instead of saying, this doesn't feel right, she says, maybe I just need to understand him more. Instead of setting boundaries, she adjusts, and over time, adjustment becomes identity. And so, real provision doesn't demand silence. Let's correct something important. Real provision is not loud. It doesn't demand recognition. It doesn't require submission. And it definitely doesn't punish independence. Real provision says, I support you, and you still have a voice. I provide, but hey, you still have choices. I give without needing control in return. And that's strength, not dominance. In the words I can say for the man watching this, if you check yourself, if you're a man watching this, yeah, here's a real question. If she started disagreeing more, speaking more, setting boundaries, would you still feel respected? Or would you feel challenged? Because that answer will tell you whether you're leading or controlling. And, gratitude is not a contract. And for Filipinas, gratitude is beautiful, but it should never cost you your voice. You can appreciate what someone does for you without surrendering who you are. You can receive support without becoming dependent on permission. Because the moment you feel like you have to earn your freedom, that's not love anymore, darling. Provision should make your life more free, not more restricted. Because the right kind of man doesn't give so he can control you. He gives because he already respects you. And at the end of the day, most relationship issues don't start big, they start quietly. And when you begin to adjust your voice just to avoid conflict, when you choose silence over honesty and peace over truth. At first, it feels harmless, but over time, you stop showing up fully as yourself. And that's where things shift because love should feel safe, provision should feel supportive, and connection should never require you to shrink so you are just to keep it. So, the real talk, if you're looking for someone more aligned with faith, values, and real connections, I left the link in my description box and pinned comment. Go check it out. Christian Filipina dating site, the highly recommended dating site for you guys. And so, if this message makes sense to you and you're looking for something really more aligned with faith, values, and real connection, is what I've said, I left a link in my description box and pinned comment so you can go check it out now.